basketball team. Thank you. So now I'm going to bring up David Gorsage to the stage. David Gorsage is a powerhouse coach. I'll tell you why I say powerhouse coach. Because the guy is resilient. He's got one of the biggest hearts of any individual I've ever met, and we have not known each other that long. In fact, there was a high probability I wouldn't even be here with all of these. You see, because my dear friend Kelly Gurley, who I've known for years now, who's here in the audience, Kelly had mentioned to David, you should follow this guy on Periscope. He does these videos, he's fired up all the time, and you know, you guys figure that out by now, right? So this guy's fired up all the time, and he's always got this energy. You should go follow him. So you never follow me. Well, I had this event in St. Louis back in January. Similar to an event like this, we had Will Counson from the Washington Redskins, future Hall of Famer from the So David takes up, oh man, I'm showing up for that. I'll take 2 tickets. Well, the next thing you know, we're like 3 days before the event, and I get an email from Mr. Gorsage here that, I'm sorry, I can't make your event. And I'm thinking, well, man, you were supposed to buy these tickets, you were supposed to come to the event. Now, what would most people do? They'd be all, man, forget this guy, I'm going to block him on my Periscope, he's not watching me anymore. See, this guy has such a big heart. He has so much fire. That's just not natural. I can't do that anyway. But I got to tell you, I just knew it when he reached out to me and said, I'm so sorry I can't make it. We got to get on the call and talk. See, I've been through so much in my life. I've been knocked down so many times, personally, professionally, something like that. That's not. So I said, yeah, let's have a phone call. And we talked. He told me about his family. He's a father of 7 children. He's faced challenging adversity personally. But it's given him strength and conviction and belief and a tremendous amount of integrity to fight for others to connect to their purpose, to drive their success as they write their stories. I've had a hard time in my career finding individuals that I connected with, that I trusted, with these 6 proven tools that I could share so we could work together, because my coaching program is booked. So I'm not here to sell coaching programs today. I'm not here to sell other events. I'm not here to sell books. Those are going to give away for free when we ask questions. And I'm going to give you videos and other books. We're not here to sell them. But having the opportunity to work with him, to be able to touch more lives, fires me up. And it's a blessing that we met. And I'm so thankful I can block you on Periscope.
True story. Very true story. You know, probably the hardest thing for me is to come after that. But seriously, I remember back, I'm going to date myself, back in high school, they had a big concert. It was my junior year of high school. I'm going to talk about that in a second. My junior year of high school, they had this big concert flyer coming to the Pekin Memorial Stadium. KISS! $3.50 to go see KISS and REO Speedwagon. $3.50. You know who the backup band, I should say that they called, the band that started everything off was? A little group by the name of Journey. I kind of felt, and I don't want to put myself on the same level as Journey, but I was like, I'm kind of like the kickoff band here. But I will tell you, I want to go back to that journey about me in high school, because that's why I'm here got started. And I am so grateful to our first responders here, because he is right that I've gotten to know Chief Abernathy and Corey and now got to extend the family to Kim and Carlos and the guys from Zionsville. I've been had an opportunity to be around these guys when they work, and ladies. And I'll tell you, we live in a really interesting time right now, and I know everybody in here knows that. Because I'm going to get it direct, and I'm going to say, I'm telling you, it is not about being black and white. It is not about being this particular political party or this political party. We're freedom. We're free people. That's what it's about. And that's what generates my energy. And I wish we had a few more of our military here, because it's those people that give me the power, next to my wife and my family. I'm an emotional guy too. And I got to go back to that junior year of high school, because I was an athlete. And I was an athlete that was a pretty well accomplished athlete. And I'm going to share this story to help you see, number one, how does this relate to some of your greatness? Not because of my greatness, but because of my journey that I'm still trying to achieve mine. I'm going to share another story with you about a man that I met that's actually one of 13 kids, about being intentional. And then I'm going to share a story about another man, about legacy. And I hope in this journey that I share these stories, there's going to be a couple snippets of what you can do to take that next step in your journey. And I'm going to share some of these stories that impacted me because of how it helped me be who I am as a father of 7 kids. And probably the main reason why I have 7 kids, to be honest with you, and some of you know this, my oldest daughter, Alexandra, is 26 years old. She's 26 years old, but she has the cognitive nature of an 8-month-old. So growing up and trying to learn about what this child needs has been one of the greatest challenges. But more importantly, like Ben said, my wife and I chose to reframe her in our life. But I will tell you, after we had that child, Alexandra, she was a California girl. She's a California blonde, and she's a California girl. We moved back to Indianapolis because of the challenges that we knew were going to face ahead of us, and we wanted to be around family. One of my mentors that I'm going to talk about, one of my mentors said to me, David, the greatest gift you can give her is a lot of brothers and sisters. Because you and Teresa are not going to live forever. And number 2, you don't want to burden the choices that's going to have to be made about your daughter and their sister. So I said to my wife, we got to create a committee. Got to create a committee. But that event was another step that goes back to that junior year of high school, when I was getting a lot of recognition from colleges and getting phone calls and letters. Going into my senior year, I was ready. I was ready until the week before the opening season of football. And I got hit and I went down. I was a running back and a linebacker, but when I got hit, I wasn't getting up. I had blown out my knee, and back then that was when they filleted you open. Some of you guys may know that. It had locked my knee. I was in the emergency room at the hospital, Pekin Memorial Hospital, in a wheelchair, crying my eyes out. Because who I was at that time, the entire significance of who I had created, of who I was in society, was gone. No more. I said to the doctor, I said, when am I going to be able to leave? He says, when you can pick your leg up off of that bed, you can leave. That's no big deal. 3 days later, I picked up my leg off the bed, and he says, you can leave now. Called my mother, picked me up at the hospital. I said, we're going to the football field. With my crutches, I'm sitting there I'm hitting my crutches on the ground and trimming. I throw my crutches. I said, I'm done with this crap. I walked up to the hill to the weight room, and I started to work out, because it was not going to defeat me. I finished the last 3 games. That's not the story, though. All the letters had stopped. All the phone calls had stopped. I was a pretty decent baseball player, so about a month into the season, I went to my baseball coach, Bob Beal, Baseball Bob. He's actually the brother-in-law of Jimmy Sundberg, of those of you who have baseball fame. He's the catcher for the Rangers for a long time. Bob Beal, I said, Coach, I need to talk to you. I'm sure Steffi may have had some experience like this, but Coach, what do you know at Gorsage? I said, well, I really want to play baseball in college. Yeah, so? Well, it's where I want to play. Where do you want to play? I want to play at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, Illinois, that had just gotten off of winning the third in the College World Series, one of the preeminent baseball programs in the Midwest. Where I was at that time, the little man on my shoulder said to me, David, he's going to tell you that's too big. He's going to tell you, why don't you temper your vision to maybe a junior college, a Division III school. He said, David, you can do that. I could tell you the smell of the grass. I could tell you the constellation of the clouds in the sky. I could tell you the temperature of the air at that very moment today. Because somebody said, you can do that. My first thing is about greatness is helping other people achieve theirs. Really starts within us and letting people know you can do that. I'm there, like what Terry did with Ben. You can do that. He said, I'll call Itchy Jones. You would? You know Itchy Jones? I'll call him up today if you want. I'll set up a meeting when you want to be down there. Holy crap. I'm sitting there saying, no, I'm talking to David, don't worry about it. I'll make the phone call.